everybody, and welcome to the TML podcast. My name is Sunny Weaver, and I'm here today with Mr. John Fogler,
Hello.
Andrew,
Howdy, howdy.
and Kenny.
What up?
All right, guys. So we're in the off season. I'm pretty sure three of us are in the playoffs, and the other one's sitting at the number one seed spot. So
Number two.
for the draft, for the draft. All right. So Kenny, we're gonna give you a question here. Number question for you, Unio dos. But how's Julio doing? I heard some trade talk that you might trade him.
He's pretty been doing pretty decent. Not what I thought he would be doing. For the more of a run heavy type. Last two regular season games, he only got me 35 yards. So
Uh-huh.
it's a struggle right now with him.
All right. So John, your team has been unstoppable. It looks like, except for your couple losses. But cut the ties and roll with it. You're 14-2. Um, so where do you see yourself after this playoff game? Like, do you see yourself winning the whole thing, or do you think that your team's not advanced yet, like to where you need to get some more depth in your roster?
It's like a game by game basis. If my linebackers and my corners step up, I feel like I can play with anybody. I don't know if I can beat everybody, but like 2 games ago, I didn't get any sack. Andre Johnson couldn't catch a pass deep, couldn't catch a pass close. But some games he's my best player, so I always think that's why you play the game. So we see who can take it home.
All right, Andrew, you have the number two pick, and it might be coming back to. Are you looking to trade it? Are you looking for a quarterback? Obviously, Drew Brees will not be lasting another season, as we've seen.
That number two pick, I'm looking to trade it. Got a few talks going on, looking at possibly picking up a good wide receiver actually. And actually, I have a couple trade talks in order to grab a couple mid-range quarterbacks that I can kind of try and develop.
Would
Looking
you
at
like?
either
Would you like
Geno
to?
Smith or a Tyrod Taylor, something like that.
Yeah, okay. That's what my question was going to be. But that's pretty good. You know, Tyrod Taylor would fit the system that you're trying to run. Of course, now basically all the quarterbacks in the NFL are mobile quarterbacks, and Tyrod Taylor would fit that scheme of things. Here's another question for you, Andrew. Do you see yourself keeping who you got, or do you think you, let's just say, selling offensive linemen, or getting rid of Jarius Byrd, or do you see yourself trading Jarius Byrd for maybe a quarterback like Geno Smith, or do you think you're going to trade him for a pick?
Um, I like to trade Jarius Byrd. I think he's good, but he doesn't really fit what I try and do a lot. Probably not for a quarterback, because most of the quarterbacks I'm looking at are not worth Jarius Byrd, honestly. So I would like to unload Jarris Bird, possibly for either a linebacker position or a D tackle, maybe something
All
like that,
right.
or even some good picks. You gotta like the picks.
Yeah. So we're gonna head back over to Kenny. Kenny, you are sitting in a pretty good position as the Seahawks. You should be ranked number one in my book just because of your roster, but few losses, few tight games that you should have maybe capitalized on and had a bigger score of scoring. But you just seem to always find a way to lose those games, and I have a question. Like, how are you dealing with this?
Well, if there weren't cheeses in the league, my record would probably been a little bit different there.
Hmm?
Considering that 3 of the 5 losses I've had came against people that are no longer in the league.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then one game was a sin because we couldn't match up times with another player. So
Hmm.
my only real legit loss is to the Cowboys, and I'm looking for revenge in the playoffs.
All right, Kenny. Thank you for your time on that question. I'm going back over to Mr. John Fogler. So my thing is with your team. I'm writing down stuff here of just some things that I've noted. Number one, Matty Ice is getting old, and we've had this conversation before. But when he walked into the league, he had brown hair. Now he's got gray hair. What are you guys gonna really do with Matty Ice? Like, Matty Ice is turning his white hair into gray hair. Like,
He told me he wants to play till he's 50.
that's not right. at all because Brett Favre was like 49 when he retired. So unless he's topping Brett Favre and you're gonna keep him at starting quarterback, I'm speechless.
He works out with Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis is on the Broncos. Actually, no, he's on the 49ers.
Right now in our league, he's in the 49ers.
So you're saying that he's working with other teams?
Yep. On the off season.
Yeah. Are you saying that is this like supposed to be a pun about you trading him?
Yes. Oh, I'm not trading him. I
Yeah.
will never trade Matt Ryan.
It sounds like you're trading Matt Ryan. Would you like to send those over to the Cleveland Browns facility? He can train with Josh Gordon.
Oh, Josh Gordon and Matt Ryan. That would be a nice matchup.
Yeah, well, yeah, just send him over there. We promise we won't stab him, and marijuana is. Never mind. We promise. All right, back to Andrew. So, Drew Brees, I've offered a few times, so I want to offer it live on the podcast. I'd like to offer you Peter Desser for Drew Brees, and you hand me a third round pick.
I don't. I think I got better offers than that already on the table.
All right,
Right now.
I think I'm going to give you a better offer. Desser for Drew Brees, and I'll throw in a 6th-round pick.
I'll just sit on that one because right now, like, that's up there. It's probably top 3 right now.
All right, I'll throw a 5th-round pick in if you make the decision right now.
I make the decision right now.
Yeah, 5th, right now. 5th-round pick, Desser, and for Drew Brees.
Make it a 4th.
5th,
4th.
we're at a standoff. I'll meet you in the middle.
3rd.
Three
A fourth and a half.
Yeah, 4th and a half. That's what I'll meet you at.
Well, hey, your 4th pick's gonna be a pretty late pick considering how far you
Actually,
are, and
I've
you're gonna
got
win the
I've
Super
got
Bowl.
the
So
I've actually owned, or actually, you're right. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to test it. So back over to Kenny. So I have something for you, Kenny. So basically, I've been looking at the stats. Being the fact that you're in some dire money cap situations. Julio Jones is in the last year of his contract. To be fair, I think he's in the last year. Russell Wilson is as well, so is Bruce Irvin. You don't have enough cap money. Of what I've seen, you have $25 million to make something happen. And what are you going to do? Are you going to... A franchise tag is very, very, very... It's very expensive. What are you going to do about this?
Well, I already went through and signed all my players that I have to sign.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
You've already signed Julio.
Yeah, Julio's contract wasn't up.
What do you mean his contract wasn't up? It's...
He signed a 5-year contract.
John, did you already sign the 5-year contract before you traded him?
No, that was because we waited till the roster updated. They did that through the league before we started our franchise.
Dang. Oh well.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, did you already sign him back? Kenny.
Did we lose
and
Kenny?
down goes Kenny.
He just realized he didn't sign Russell Wilson.
he's going back to sign Russell Wilson. All of a sudden he notices Russell Wilson's not there. All right. Yeah, guys, he's actually he signed Russell Wilson. Never mind. Oh well. So I try to get Kenny back. We're going to talk about. So, would you like to trash talk the Saints guy?
That doesn't sound fun.
Just do it. Just do it. Trash talk Drew Brees.
Wait, who do you want to trash talk?
You know what, John? You trash talk him, and he'll trash talk you back, and I'll be. Actually, Kenny's back. Kenny.
Yeah.
So we have a question for you. Have you already signed Russell Wilson, or did you just go to sign him?
Russell Wilson was signed when we started.
Wow. So how about Bruce Irvin? Is he signed?
Yep, I'll go through my team right now.
Wow. You seem like you have confidence.
Yeah, the only player that will not probably be able to sign is Brandon Spikes. But
Okay, he'll be in.
I picked him
He's
up
old.
as a free agent, so I don't mind losing because I have a trade talk in the works to get a middle linebacker.
So, yep. So you've got a pretty decent team, 11-5. 5 of those games, I'm gonna say you were pretty decent this season. I'm not gonna lie. You came with a good attitude. I think that you deserve to be here, but Jason's got my vote on the win. I honestly think that he's probably a better contender. I think he's on another level than you, and I think that he just has a better rep in Tony Romo than you. He's been able to pull it out with Kellen Moore. I give that dude props for making the playoffs, even though he had a backup quarterback for like 8 weeks.
Hey, I mean that's good for him to make playoffs, but I mean, you're the one who's talking trash, and I'm the one who beat you in the regular season.
Hmm.
Oh,
Boom.
Who, Kenny?
Oh,
But Kenny, the I have a better record than you. Did we think
yeah.
about that? I'm 12-4. How about 11-5? Scrub. I have more conference wins than you too. You're 7-5. I'm 9-3. Divisional wins. You have we're tied, but it doesn't matter. When it all comes down to it, I'm better than you, Kenny.
Nope. By what our game showed, you weren't. You couldn't stop polio on that deep ball.
Yeah, I couldn't stop Julio. Other than that one play, I held you down the field most of the day. I just
Hey,
want to, but you couldn't hold on to Crowell.
hey, that's fine. I got the win. No matter, I don't care what kind of stats I give up. As long as I get the win, I get the win.
So basically, what you're saying is if you're not good enough to face me, you're not on my level. That's what you're saying.
I mean, you must not be on my level because I'm the one who beat you. And your third down percentage in that game was 16%. I think that's pretty bad.
Mettenberger had more than 50% passing. I just want to let you know
I'm
that.
t- I'm talking third down percentage,
Hmm.
like your conversion rate.
Yep. All right, let's move on to some John.
That's right. Better move on.
Kenny, would you? I'm the firm owner of this podcast. Would you like me to take you out here?
Nah.
Like, would you like to walk out? Bouncer, escort him. All right, let's move on. Adam, I have you received offers for your number 2 pick?
You mean Andrew?
Yeah, now you're gonna insult him and call him the wrong name. Damn.
Come on now. Come on.
I'm
That's
sorry.
bad.
I'm sorry. I don't even know how to spell your your gamer tag. So that's is it
And to
Supilini?
answer
Supilini?
Supalini, yeah, it's actually comes back to when I was in high school. I made a diving
Nobody
catch
wants
in
to hear about your
baseball.
sad stories
Hey, it happens. But anyway, I actually have a trade close to finalized,
for the number 2 pick.
giving up my second round or my second pick, and a couple players for Alshon Jeffrey and a couple other players.
So you're trading with Chicago?
I am. He's doing a flush out with the old in with the new.
Oh wow. So you're getting Alshon Jeffrey and Kevin White?
No,
Wow.
actually, I'm looking at a Cornelius Washington. It's one of his DNs. It's got real good speed, real good acceleration. Looking for a little speed rush attack on the left side.
Now, what if I just told you why you told me that? I was texting him to ask me to trade with him.
Hey, to each their own, I guess.
Yep, I'm just kidding. I wasn't, but whatever. So back to John. So you have, I think, you have the number 1 quarterback passing rating. He's number 1 power ranked in the.
well, wait. I have the number 1 yards, and a lot of that was because, just like Kenny was saying, with some of the members that got kicked out of the league, I played against those members as well. But I have the number 1 quarterback in the league by far was Cam Newton. I played him twice. That Cam Newton is the top quarterback in the league. He's
What
like
it
Superman.
what it shows is that the best quarterback here was Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, say that again? Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, 42 touchdowns, 4,409 yards, 469 attempts with 335 completions. He was the top quarterback between all of you.
Huh. Good thing I already played the Packers.
Wow. Yeah, that was a rough game. I'm not gonna lie. The dude was talking a lot of smack, and he got smacked in the face. But
It
anyhow,
wasn't that. I got lucky because I got pressure, and he had like 2 crazy picks that one I don't even think that he pushed the button, and the other one my defensive end picked it. Well, I wasn't even controlling him, so
wow. Yeah, that's rough. Back to over to Andrew. So I'm dodging you, Kenny, but yeah. So
Hey,
back over to Andrew. The Saints are a rebuilding franchise. Are you thinking about maybe redoing the team, such as keeping Garrett Grayson in mind of being the quarterback?
Well, real quick, hold that question. Go to Kenny for a second. My pizza just got here.
All right, Kenny, your question. I'm confused. Is Kenny even here still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Wait. So apparently Andrew has left the call.
To
Um.
get pizza.
Oh, to get a pizza. All right.
He'll be back.
He'll be. Guys, it's draft day. He's getting a pizza. Guys,
He was on the clock.
he was on the yeah, he was on the clock. He just threw up all his pizza. I'm sorry. Anyway, so back to the question. Kenny, so are you in any way, shape, or form going to upgrade your defense? Because obviously you can't keep. Okay, by looking at your record of points allowed, you have quite a bit of allowing points. If we go back to everything, here's the points that are from the last 10, the earliest of the games. Your first game was against the Rams. You lost by 7 points. You allowed 10 points though. Your other one was 24 points allowed, 20 points allowed, 29 points allowed. 0 points allowed was a solid effort with the Week 5 game. 38 points allowed. 17 points allowed. 41 points allowed. Was your last time when you faced the Cowboys? You lost by 11. Would
Yeah.
you like to talk about that?
I mean, defense got to step it up. There were tough times when we were struggling. We were 3-5, but then we buckled down after that bye week. Had a great practice, and the most points we allowed after that was 17 against you.
Yep. And then you allowed as the season progressed, it looks like you lowered your amount of scoring. But 13 points, 17 points is still a lot of points. Is there going to be a game where you allow 0 points as a playoff in the postseason?
I mean, I don't see that happening against Cowboys. If it does, then I might be because I take out Tony Romo or Des Bryant or something. But I don't see it because there's stiff competition in the playoffs.
Okay. So
Kenny, can I ask a question for Kenny? Are you planning on using your two first round picks to trade up, or are you planning on picking where you're at?
I
Two
haven't
first round
decided yet.
picks.
I didn't realize I had 2 first round picks, honestly.
You have my first round pick, right? That was part of the Jimmy Graham
Yeah,
trade.
and I think I traded away my actual first round pick though to get Kiko. Yeah, I only have 1 first round pick and I have 2 seconds.
Oh wait, oh that's right, you traded. Okay, I remember now. Okay.
are you done with that question or should we move
Yeah,
on?
yeah, I'm good. I didn't realize he got rid of one of his first round picks.
Um, basically, if it rounds it up to, we've had some different decisions. As the number one seed, the Patriots were supposed to beat the game. Honestly, I don't know why Boone didn't show up. He wasn't here. Boone was supposed to be the smack talker here to talk a lot of trash. Don't know why he's not here. Disappointing on
He's
every.
scared.
I think he is scared. Um, So, do you guys have a feeling of growing the brand of the TML? Would you like to grow the brand in any way? And if you do, what would be your helpful hint or what you would do to grow the brand?
You want me to take it first, Kenny, or you want to take it?
You can.
Crickets.
You know what I think would be cool if we had like a consistency thing, is doing something specific for the Super Bowl winner. That's one thing I think would be something like make it special, not just a banner, but you get something else.
We have talked about maybe enforcing a Super Bowl trophy. But the only thing with the Super Bowl trophy is every time we do the trophy, nobody wants to tweet about it, and I think that's where it lies down. Like our league is probably the biggest upon the Xbox community right now. I'm not saying it's the biggest. It's probably not. But if you think about it, ours is the best between all the Xbox One community. We've had the biggest fan base. And here's the thing with this. We've had millions, not millions, but a couple hundred people keep begging to get into our league. And I think that it just shows that if you're in this league, you want to stay in this league. Yeah, I guess what you're saying. You don't walk out. Because if you walk out, it's just like you just wasted a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And basically, Kenny, are you in the trade talk room right now? Are you scouting, Kenny?
Oh, is
Kenny
that?
looks like he's.
I think we lost tabs of Kenny.
No, I'm
Anyway,
here.
all right, Kenny.
And he's
So,
muted.
all right, so Andrew, you're back. I had my
Yep.
question. Do you plan on rolling with Garrett Grayson?
Probably not. If I get Tyrod or even Geno Smith, I'll probably keep Grayson as a backup.
Would you be willing to
But
accept trades for Grayson?
absolutely,
What would you say to a seventh round pick?
I'd say come back when you're serious.
Wow. Oh, but Grayson's such a very, very cheap quarterback. I would rather have Derek Anderson.
You can. Well, he's a free agent now. I dropped him, so he's available if you want him.
I say Grayson. What do you say to a seventh round pick? I mean, no. How about what would you say to a fifth round pick for Grayson?
I would entertain that.
Maybe a sixth round pick. I was thinking more of a six because he's coming back from a torn meniscus. That's pretty hard to come
He,
back from.
he is. That was actually a big letdown.
Yeah,
I had to play Drew Brees.
yeah. So
That happened fast in that game too, didn't it?
That was his
Yeah, it
first.
did.
That was his first start too, and then he just tore his meniscus.
Yeah, first drive, I think.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
that's
first
what I thought.
play.
You went on the message board and you're like, well, Breeze is in. I was like, oh wow, that's fast.
Here, I've got his stats. He's got 0 completions with 1 attempt. That was his first play was a meniscus tear.
Yeah,
So I
it's
mean,
rough.
yeah, the meniscus tear really ruined it. It's kind of like. Does anybody remember the quarterback that went in and then he like tore his meniscus on, or not his meniscus, but his ACL on like the first play? He's like, this was like the most hyped quarterback, and then like all of a sudden he just fell. It was just like the greatest of all time.
Sounds like Sam Bradford.
That's what it was. Yeah, that
I don't think it really wasn't him, but
like I think it was like 2 games into the season in the preseason, and then he tore his ACL. Yeah, that was that. But let's move on to Kenny. Kenny, so you've signed back apparently all your players. Um, do you feel like you'll move your franchise, maybe like next season, or you, or do you feel like your team is going to like excel next season as if like let's say that your team is better next season than it is this season? Do you feel like that's the case or no?
Yeah, I absolutely believe that's the case. I had a young offensive line coming into the season. We struggled to start. I mean, they're all young. Majority of my offensive line's rookies. I traded away my only veteran left tackle to the Chiefs in that Sean Smith deal to solidify my secondary. But I think we'll be better. I mean, defense will pretty much be completely intact, the same. Went through some injuries this year with Averill went down, Bruce Irving went down for a couple games, so we're gonna be there still.
All right. We're gonna have about three questions. I'm gonna give 2 questions to John, 2 questions to Kenny, and then 2 questions to Andrew. This one's for John. John, you feel that your team hasn't been excelling to where your standing point. It's been doing pretty well, but you don't feel like you should be. You're at 14-2. Do you believe you should be 16-0?
Oh no, not even close. I think the Cowboys, just being serious, I think the Cowboys proved that they were the best team. The only losses they have were a sim loss and then to the Patriots without Tony Romo.
So you believe that they should be 15-1. You should be 15-1.
Me, I think I should be. I think I got lucky to be where I'm at. I think I could have easily split with Droopy. I played him 4 times, so I
Yeah.
could easily be 13 or 12.
Yeah. So, we're gonna send this one back over to Adam. Do you feel like?
Andrew.
Oh my God! What? We're just gonna call you Sup. All right.
Sure.
All right. I can't take this seriously. All right. We're just gonna call you. I'm not gonna say Adam. Andrew. All right,
Sounds
Andrew.
good.
So, when do you feel like the Super Bowl will be over with? Like, do you feel like you're just sitting in an oblivion of sitting here watching games, or do you feel like we should move faster through the off season?
No, I'm content with the pace it's going. I mean,
Yep.
people have lives, and with Thanksgiving coming up, I doubt there's too much happening. But I would honestly foresee the Super Bowl being done by probably the week after Thanksgiving, if not earlier. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much
think,
of a
I think that's true. I think that'll be the case.
Yes. All right.
I,
So I was gonna send that one over to John too. So John, what do you think about that?
Well, the thing is that the people that are left, all of us are all about the game. So all of us want to get the game in. I mean, the Packers sent me a PM, and we played within like 2 hours of the PM he sent me because you just want to play the game. So I know that Kenny wants to play the game. I know the Cowboys want to play their game, and I know for a fact the Titans will figure out a time to play you because he wants to win, get that avenge that loss. So
We've been scheduled for I think Tuesday night. I think is
oh, see
Tuesday.
already, see it's gonna go by fast.
Well, the thing is, Monday night, different leagues, different stuff to do, stuff like that. And the worst day is going to be Thursday. I think that that'll be the worst day. But today, pretty good day. Lindanian Tomlinson got inducted. His jersey's retired now, which was pretty cool. I saw that today.
Kenny, your guys our game is still scheduled for tonight at 6, right?
Yeah, 10.
10.
Oh,
So
10, so 7.
we'll get this over with, guys, and hopefully it'll be soon. We've got one question for Kenny, and then one question left for Andrew. All right, so basically, Kenny, as your last question, do you feel that you should be champion, or do you feel that you should be um, do you believe that you should be humble being where you're at and
I
how
mean,
far you got?
I think I should have been a little higher, but I'll take where I'm at. It's gonna be. I honestly believe the Super Bowl will be played either between me and the Cowboys or between the Cowboys and Falcons, or me and the Falcons. Whoever wins this game.
So I'm gonna shoot this back over to Andrew. Who do you think will be the Super Bowl contenders? Like
it's
who
it,
AFC and NFC?
it's tough to rule out the Titans. They've I don't
They
know
win
playing
at
with
all costs.
they're winning games no matter what it takes and no matter how they have to do it. It's interesting too. I've actually watched both the past two games that he's played because I've been either at work and board or at home and board and watched both of them. And my money's on him coming out of the AFC.
Hmm.
Probably uncontested, honestly. And then
Sorry, Jedi.
that's just where
You're
I'm
out.
at.
All right, NFC
I mean,
contender.
NFC. From what I haven't watched a lot of the games. From what I've seen, though,
Let's just get this
I
show
think the
rolling. Let's hurry up with this.
oh, you're upset.
A little bit.
I think I think Seattle's a lot better team than what people are giving them credit for, stat wise, and you on here. I
Yeah.
think Seattle's probably going to be it's either going to be Seattle or probably the Cowboys, one of those two.
Jedi and the Falcons, both of them just sitting here listening to this crap.
we're, we're, we're taking all this crap.
Hey,
but we could be
I got
dishing
respect
it.
for the Falcons. They're
Wow,
14
Andrew.
and 2. I'm 2 and 14. I mean,
No respect for me at
it's a good
all.
bond.
Yeah, we just led the Browns team. We led the Browns team from a crap pile of a team, and they just whatever. Go ahead.
You also traded Johnny Manziel with his slow progression for a first round pick.
Yeah, I mean
That was
exactly.
a genius move. That was genius.
Genius, and I got a third round pick on top of that.
Did he know it was a slow progression though?
Yeah, he did.
He just likes Johnny Manziel then, just Johnny football.
Yeah, and whoever got the Bills sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah, nobody's even had. I think we've got the new Eric Taylor guy, but he's like, what? Where's my first round pick? And I was like, sorry, man, Manziel's got it. I mean, it was in Manziel. The future was built up in him. Anyway, John, who do you think's gonna be Super Bowl contenders?
Um, well, I think I said this on our very first podcast after I played the Cowboys that if I was not the GM of the Falcons, I have to, of course, pick my team. But if I was just looking at the outside of the games that I've watched, I say the Cowboys have to be the favorite according to ESPN. And then I think it'll be the Browns just because you beat Titans before. And I think that'll be a 14 or 17 point, swing for the NFC.
All right, Kenny.
I have to go with the Browns, and then I think either me or the Falcons are going to come out of the NFC. It's going to come down to that matchup: Julio Jones versus Jimmy Graham, old teams. See who's
That's
going to
the best
if they're better the
storyline.
matchup.
So you're saying the Browns and the Seahawks.
No, I'm not saying me guaranteed. I'm saying me and the Falcons will be a good game. It's
So
going to be
so you're saying the Browns are gonna win no matter what. So you're saying I'm going to win, and then either you and John are going to be the ones.
Yeah.
All right. So my thing is, I don't think Boone's gonna win. I think he's a lot more trash talk. I think that the reason he's got so far is because of his offensive line. Nobody knows how to stop the middle pass on him and the out routes. So I know how to stop it. So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna advance, and I think that I'm sorry, John, but I really like the Falcons and everything. But I don't think you're gonna win. I think that Kenny is gonna come out on top and or possibly the Cowboys guy. I just think with Tony Romo being back, but I might be wrong.
No, I listen. I at the very beginning of the season, I did not think that I could make the Falcons as good as I did as fast. It's all really Beasley leading my defense because my defense sucks.
But yep, but that's about it, guys. It's the TML podcast, and hopefully we can get you guys on another show. That would be great.
I'm all about it.
I'll get on here and bash the Browns any day.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Kenny, are you still with us?
Yep.
All right, so guys, thank you for watching the TML podcast. Make sure to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'm Sonny Weaver, and I'm signing out.